I've got to talk about the weather in Sydney. We're a big country, I know, a vast continent, and I know the weather's been good in many parts of the country. But let me tell you, in Sydney, these past few weeks, and actually these past few winters and summers, it's hardly stopped raining. The rain today and this week has been extraordinary, up to 3 inches in 24 hours. And that's after vast amounts of rain last week and all of this month. It is non-stop and it's breaking records.
Sydney's recorded 80 millimeters just in the last 24 hours. That makes the monthly total so far in Sydney 345 millimeters, and that is triple the monthly average for August. So very heavy rainfall, way above average. Not yet broken that record, which stands at over 400 millimeters, but still very heavy rainfall and more underway today.
Yeah, that record will be broken tomorrow the way we're going. Some records have already been broken and others are certain to fall in coming days. And this stuff must be so confounding for the climate alarmists, of course, none more so than Labor's former Climate Commissioner Tim Flannery, who famously warned us of the opposite impact in the Sydney Basin.
Even the rain that falls isn't actually going to fill our dams and our river system. Even the rain that falls isn't actually going to fill our dams and our river system.
Yeah, drought, empty dams, dry rivers, when all we've seen since then, of course, is repeated flooding and rain. So much rain. In Sydney now, there are flood warnings, there have been SES call-outs, there are warnings for commuters to try and stay off the roads, and the rain continues. It's just relentless. Kids' sports have been repeatedly cancelled throughout this winter. Parks have been turned into lakes. It's a drenching. It actually reminds me of the famous Irish novel Frank McCourt's Angela's Ashes, where it was always raining. He wrote, "Above all, we were wet. Great sheets of rain gathered to settle forever in Sydney." I mean, in Limerick, he was writing about. The rain dampened the city for months on end. The walls glistened with the damp. Clothes never dried. Tweed and woolen coats housed living things, sometimes sprouted mysterious vegetations. In pubs, steam rose from damp bodies and garments. Yeah, that's not Ireland, that's Sydney right now, really. But get this, in these times of climate catastrophism, the predictions of people like Flannery, the wrong predictions of people like Flannery, led to real government decisions.
Even the rain that falls isn't actually going to fill our dams and our river system. Even the rain that falls isn't actually going to fill our dams and our river system.
Yeah, based partly on unscientific advice like that, governments in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia spent more than $10 billion in total building desalination plants that they've never needed, but they still spend hundreds of millions of dollars to run. The Sydney desal plant is still running. It cost more than $1 billion to build, and it's cost almost $1 billion to run over the past 4 years. Even though the dams have been full, the rivers have flooded, and the city has been constantly drenched. And still the rain falls, and still the desal plants burn up expensive energy, making fresh water that we don't need. It's just another example of climate alarmism hurting taxpayers and undermining our national prosperity. What we need is not desal plants, we need clear skies and sunshine.